So when school started in the 10th grade, after the school being closed the year before, it was kind of normal. The one thing that was not normal was that in our homeroom, everyone but one person was white.
Sybil Hampton is just this very special lady, successful businesswoman, friend.
She has a great sense of humor.
Totally reliable.
I think that she's just such a role model.
She has a fierceness about her. Fierce in the sense of just wanting and knowing and driving a change agenda.
I would say she's an encourager, and she loves to lift people up.
You know, they say that someone is so special they're a diamond. Well, in my opinion, she's a pearl of a girl.
Smart, wise, counselor, spiritual friend. You can't stop. You just stack the qualities up and she's got them.
Sybil definitely has a place in history at Central High School. In 1962, she graduated, which wouldn't be such a big deal, except that she was the very first African American to graduate from Central High School who actually was here all 3 years.
You know, she is a historical figure who we all respect.
She doesn't wear her historical importance on her sleeve, so she's modest and humble.
We go way back to homeroom at Central High School in the 10th grade.
She is so important to me that I invited her to be our baccalaureate speaker several years ago.
Well, I knew her first by reputation, which she was the leader of the Winthrop Rockefeller Foundation, which is a great catalyst for good things in Arkansas.
She loves Arkansas. She wants to do what she can for education, economic development, for social justice. I think she's involved in all those things.
Because of her work and the groundwork that she laid, using our program-related investment strategies to fund organizations such as Southern Bancorp and Hope and Ford, Fund for Arkansas's Future, and the like, the foundation has been able to leverage its dollars to create more jobs here in our state.
The thing that impresses me the most about Sybil is her grace. 10th grade, for me, young and dumb and thinking not much further than the football game on Saturday. And in our homeroom, there was a person, Sybil Jordan.
It's kind of after the national spotlight went away, the cameras went away and all of that, then here she was as a sophomore at Central, the only African American in her class. And she just had to live with the silent but rather fierce just resistance to the change that she represented. And she had to get up in the morning and having done her homework and come to school and not really having a place here.
School had been going on for a week, and I'd passed out cards to everybody in the homeroom for the school director. I got a note, you're missing somebody. Who? Sybil Jordan. I got up in the front of the class and said, who is Sybil Jordan? Sybil raised her hand. I will never forget those mixed feelings I had in that moment. I was embarrassed, I was confused, and it was in that moment I realized this person's really in our class.
I mean, more than anything else, when we're in high school, we're looking for peer acceptance, a place where we can find a group that we connect with in a school. And at every place where we have a need, doors were closed to her.
She didn't go to the events. It was too scary for her. And some things she just wasn't allowed to go to. I asked her one time, I said, do you remember who the commencement speaker was at our graduation? She said, no, I couldn't go. They drove me up when it was time to walk across the stage, and I got my diploma, and they drove me off.
She had to go through high school without the thing that is most important to us as high school students, which is acceptance. And that takes incredible courage and durability. And to do that without becoming embittered by it. She recognizes what she went through. She knew that it was hard. She can talk frankly about that, but she did not let that make her into a bitter person, but rather a stronger one.
So a few years later, we had a class reunion, and Sybil and her parents came. We give awards out at those things. Who came the furthest? Who's got the most kids? Who's the most educated? Sybil Hampton in our class was the most educated of all the students. Assistant Dean at an upstate New York university.
Just the faith that it took to do that, the integrity to be able to do that, representing her own strength in a way that was that made things better and not worse.
It paved the way for racial integration and to make education an open experience for everybody.
Dr. Hampton and her team was the first to respond to the question, who are the immigrants in Arkansas? What is the economic impact of immigration in Arkansas? She laid the groundwork, and it is a policy issue today that the foundation continues to work on to inform that conversation around immigration policy for the state of Arkansas.
Recently, I had a phone call from my brother in Connecticut to tell me that he was on a Southwest airline plane and looking through, you know how all the airlines have their magazines, and there was this huge article about Sybil in the Southwest airline magazine. Now, to me, that just amazing that her position in history of civil rights is so important that a major airline would profile her. She obviously has a great place in the history of civil rights and certainly at Central, but she's just a great role model as a lady.
Well, she represents what it can mean to be a human being in this world under conditions of stress, to cope with that stress, to rise above it, to contribute to the situation in which she was in a way that makes meaningful change happen in the best possible way.
Growing up here in Little Rock and graduating from Central High, going on to receive such stellar academic achievement and her career path, and became the president of the Winthrop Rockefeller Foundation.
Dr. Hampton and her team at WRF were the ones who were building the case for pre-K, ensuring that it was well supported and funded, the advocacy around it. Thank goodness for her in conversations around higher ed. 2-year colleges have benefited from her time at WRF. And now today, those who are going through attending 2-year colleges have her and her work to thank. And I'm so grateful for her pushing and starting the conversation around STEM, which I guess is now STEAM. STEAM in our classrooms, STEAM at our 2-year colleges, preparing young people and adults for those STEAM-related jobs.
If anyone is active in Little Rock on making this a better place to be, or getting young people inspired to have goals, or just making Little Rock better, they will know Sybil because she's out there.
We feel very honored at the Mount Holly Cemetery that she has been involved there. Some of the things she has done have just been remarkable things. Still being the trailblazer, first African-American president of Mount Holly Cemetery. She wants people to know that, Mount Holly Cemetery is a place that honors all types of history, and it's a place that is open to all.
People respect her, they admire her.
A person such as Sybil could rise to the top in the way that she has, and bringing with her a whole new set of possibilities for everyone in our society, particularly Black Americans.
Sybil appreciates what Little Rock Central High stands for, the academic excellence of our school. And I think she, of course, felt like it was important that it be available to all children.
She's one of our own. This is where she went to school, for the work that she's done in her life, for the example that she has set.
Sybil, you are really special. I appreciate appreciate all that you have done in your life and for others. And as I said, and as you and I know, we have this connection with pearls, and I think you are one heck of a pearl.
Becoming your friend has been one of the best things that has happened to me in Little Rock and as Dean at Trinity, and I am so very glad that it did.
Congratulations, not just from myself, but I think from our class on your recognition that you're getting tonight. Proud of you, love you.
You have done so much for Little Rock Central High School, for our community, and for the world. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a role model to me and to my children, and thank you for your friendship.
Dr. Hampton, you absolutely deserve this award. I am so glad you are being recognized for your tenacity, for your passion, for your fierceness, for your simple love of our state and the children and families in our state. I love you. I thank you for being my mentor, my friend, and I thank you so much for you have given of yourself so that all of us can benefit here in the state of Arkansas. You are the best, and I love you.